What do we have for Scorpio, please? Judgment. Pluto, Scorpio energy at the foundation. What do we have at the sacral, please? Page of Swords, air energy at the sacral. And what do we have at the solar plexus? Three of Swords, Libra energy at the solar plexus. Okay, Scorpio, with this judgment at the foundation, we're seeing here that a lot of you have gone through some sort of awakening, or you're going through this awakening right now. But with the Page of Swords and Three of Swords at the sacral and solar plexus, we're seeing here that there's some sort of opposing energy that doesn't like this new you. In fact, they're trying to devise ways that they can pull you back into the old karmic cycle that you have already graduated on from. The cycle where you kept yourself small, just to be accepted by the people around you. And I feel that you did this unconsciously. And what I mean by that is you didn't have any support. And it took the universe illuminating to you that the people that you had around you were actually the obstacles that you needed to overcome to be able to step into alignment with the greatest version of yourself. Simply put, Scorpios, from the moment of incarnation, you were dropped into the middle of a maze. And inside this maze were all sorts of creatures and cretins that presented themselves as loved ones, friends, romantic partners. But all of these people had one thing in common. They all seemed to create a wider gap between you and what you were sent here to actually accomplish. And this is a perfect example of the Scorpionic energy. You realized that in order to become the person that you were always meant to become, you were going to have to fight to get there. You started to understand that steel does not become a weapon by avoiding the flames. So you endured the fire until you were sharp enough to cut through whatever it is that stood in your way. And that's where we are at now, Scorpios. You've survived every single moment that you thought would destroy you. And there's nothing that you can't accomplish. The greatest sacrifices a Scorpio will ever have to make in their life is by saying goodbye to those people that don't understand their path, that try to stand in their way, that try to keep them small, that try to minimize them, that try to plant seeds of self-doubt or put a negative spin on everything they try to accomplish in their life. It's between fulfilling your mission and failing your mission. There is no in-between for you, Scorpio. There's no gray area. You either are or you aren't. You are the great transformer. That is what your energy is. That's who you are, astrologically speaking. You are death and rebirth personified. So in order for things to be rebirthed, things must be ended. And this is where we're at now. What do we have at the heart position, please? Four of Cups, Cancer energy at the heart. And I feel that the illustration on this card perfectly embodies what I feel all of you have graduated on from, or again, in the process of doing so, right? This person's just walking through a crowd trying to keep their head above water. It gives a very living in the Matrix kind of vibe. Succumbing to the societal norms, falling in line with all the things that were expected of you until the universe awakened you to a certain kind of truth about yourself. And you started to get this idea about breaking path. What if I just went off on my own? What if I didn't listen to anybody? What if I did things my way? A black sheep kind of energy. This Four of Cups at the heart is an energy of just trying to fit in, just trying to blend into the background, suppressing all your gifts, suppressing your talents, suppressing all of the things that make you magnificent in order to appease others. You've all had this thing inside of you calling you. You never quite understood if it was just all in your head or if there was something to it until it got louder and you started to realize that that was the universe calling out to you. It's not just a fantasy. It's not just a daydream. It's a real thing. It's a distress signal sent out by you and the universe. The version of you that's on another timeline, already living that life, sending out the distress signal, trying to get you to align so your conscious awareness can come alive in the reality that you always knew you were meant to be living in. Most Scorpios are birthed into families that are full of NPCs. When you go through the awakening process, it's like everybody around you starts to feel like they're a part of it. You just feel like there's something going on and you weren't let in on the secret. That's what this all comes down to. And you're right. When you start to honor that, when you start to follow that, when you start to get closer and closer to where that distress signal is coming from. This is when magical things begin to unfold in your life that you just can't even really explain. As you move further and further down this path, you feel that you're living inside a kind of dream. You start to see the real magic around your life. You start to feel more alive than you've ever been. You start to realize that it's not that the universe isn't in support of you, it's that the universe is trying to remove everything from your life that isn't in alignment with the person that you are meant to become. It's to say that nothing can go with you. The universe wants to rebuild you from the ground up so no one else can stake their claim, Scorpio. So for those of you that are going through this process right now and you feel like you're at a rock bottom or you feel like everything is falling apart or you're losing everything, it's because your life is about to be rebuilt on a more solid foundation that only you can claim ownership to. What do we have at the throat, please? Queen, wow, this just followed what I said. Queen of Pentacles, earth energy at the throat. There's a huge emphasis here on your foundation, your stability, your finances, your safety, your security. The Queen of Pentacles at the throat is telling us that you are manifesting a whole new life for yourself, Scorpios, from the ground up. This is the new foundation that only you can claim ownership of. See, a lot of you come from these karmic cycles where people try to hold things over your head. Well, I did this for you. Well, I did that for you. And all of these things have a way of accumulating to where you begin to hold yourself back. It's like people trying to incrementally claim ownership over pieces of your life, and it all adds up to some sort of significant blockage which limits your movement forward. So what we're seeing here is the universe saying, nah, we're letting go of all that now. You don't owe anybody anything. We're going to rebuild you. We're going to give you complete ownership. We've got your back. We are going to provide for you. You don't need anything from anybody else. And what you start to realize in this process is that people did these things to you on purpose to hold you back. You don't need any help from anybody else. You don't need anything from anybody else. You can do this on your own. The universe gives you your paycheck, but you have to allow the universe to put you in the position to actually receive it. And in order to be put in that position to actually receive it, you must let go of any of these other karmic cycles and or patterns with other people that are in direct opposition with what the universe is trying to bless you with. In other words, the universe has your back, but you have to allow the universe to do it the way it wants to do it. The natural law of the way the universe is trying to work in your life is for everything to work out perfectly, but you must get out of your own way and you must stop worrying about what you don't have and finding yourself in situations with these other people where they now stake claim over something you're building. You don't need any of these people to build this. You don't need anybody else to bring forward this creation. The universe is going to help you do this on your own. That's your energy. You are the lone wolf. And it's not always going to be like that. But when you are laying down the foundation of your life, it's supposed to be just you and the big guy upstairs, okay? Nobody else. You don't want anybody else's energy on this. And I think if you look back on your path of all those failed attempts, other people trying to claim ownership over things, you'll see why it has to be this way. And right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay. So the Six of Wands is an energy of victory, okay? See, you're up there on the horse by yourself. And then the Ace of Pentacles, this is the universe saying, hey, Scorpios, we don't need anybody else. It's just us and you, okay? That's it. We support you in bringing this to full realization. Get rid of these coattail riders here. These people who make you feel like you owe them something, when in reality, they owe you something. And then the Sun card, success, the most high vibrational card in the tarot. Yeah, there's something here that you need to remain in full control over. What do we have at the third eye? What do we have at the third eye, please? What do we have at the third eye? Temperance, Sag energy at the third eye, and there's the Star card. Okay. Five of Wands, wow, and the Death card. So temperance is an energy of purpose. It's an energy of balance. It's an energy of harmony, and it's an energy of patience. This is the universe literally saying to you, Scorpios, you got this. You don't need anybody else's unsolicited advice. You don't need anybody else's resources. You don't need anybody else for anything. Let us show you how to do this on your own. And look out for any people who try to come around and tell you that they can help you bring something to full realization sooner, Scorpios, okay? The universe wants you to enjoy the process with patience. That's what this is all about. There's something here that needs to be done correctly. You need to take your time with, because once it finally comes to full manifestation, it's going to be here to stay, Scorpio. There's something that is going to set you up for life, is what I'm hearing. You know, the energy that we have on this table is a perfect example of people who sell out for quick success and prioritize short-term dopamine over long-term discipline, often sacrificing their core values and integrity. And then there are those who take their time and build up their skill set and create something sustainable in steady growth and resilience. You know, Scorpios, I feel that you have bared witness to people who do it the wrong way, and you've watched people lose it all. But now, with this star card, I just heard your star is rising, and Five of Wands. This is people trying to create obstacles and challenges in your life now. It's like they see that they failed, that something didn't work out the way they thought it would. And this entire time, you've been grinding. You've been moving slowly. You have been moving in accordance with the divine's will for your life. And you are on the precipice of a real breakthrough with the Death card. The Death card is very similar to Judgment in that they're both scorpionic energy, but they both represent rebirth. This is the transformation. This is the process that you have to go through to become the greatest version of yourself. There's no shortcuts for a Scorpio. You have to walk every single step, and every step needs to be ingrained in your memory for life. Every detail is something that you can speak about, is something that you can write a whole book about, because it's all of those details that provide you with a gift when you're on the other side. You start to see that the journey to get to that greatness was the greatness. What do we have at the crown, please? Ace of Cups, water energy at the crown. This Temperance and Ace of Cups at the third eye and crown is all about balance and mastery. There's a profound sense of inner peace that I feel is going to begin flooding through for you here. And this is also emphasizing what we said about the universe helping you build this new foundation. The universe wants you to trust the downloads that you're getting at this time. If you've been on the path to healing, if you've been putting the work in, then the universe is speaking to you loudly. Now, trusting that inner voice and moving accordingly is not easy, because this is when your external environment begins to react, like we're seeing with this Page of Swords at the sacral. Remember, just because the universe is co-creating with you doesn't mean your path is going to be free of debris. Yes, the road has been opened up for you, but there's always going to be those road pirates, Scorpios, that try to get in your way and give you a sad story. They make you think that they need help, but then when you least expect it, they pull a fast one on you and try and rob you of everything that you've built. So you need to look out for those road pirates, Scorpios, because they're everywhere. What do we have at the foundation, please? Hermit, Virgo energy underneath Judgment. Now, this Hermit card is like Hermit in its negative polarity. We can see that this guy right here, he's going the opposite way, okay? He's supposed to be going the other way. See how he's aging out? This is an energy of people trying to knock you off your path and send you in another direction. It's all over this energy here. And I would go as far as saying, Scorpio, that the more success you have in your life, the more these energies are going to, again, try and remind you who you are and where you came from. It's like they want you to feel like you're an imposter in your new successful beginning. Is to say that they don't think that you deserve something, and they want you to think that too. In other words, they just want you to feel bad about yourself. So you'll reduce yourself back down to size so they can control you again and feel better about their own life. This Hermit card is an energy that is trying to knock you off track. Now, I don't know where this is trying to seep in your life, Scorpios. Again, it's going to be different for all of you, but you need to be aware of this right now. But it feels more psychological or mental. It's like people trying to say something to you or just plant seeds of self-doubt. You know, these people know that you analyze everything. So they're going to try and use that to their advantage. So you blow a fuse or short circuit. It's like you start having some sort of great success in your life where there's just something substantial there. It's clear, it's established, everyone can see it. But then one of these people from the past somehow weasels their way back into your energy, and they say something like, "Oh, you sure that's what you're supposed to be doing? You sure you want to do that? You sure that you're cut out for that?" It's like they're trying to put a negative spin on it. And even though you obviously wouldn't allow that to affect you, it has a way of just seeping into your mental wiring, Scorpios. This is why it's very important for you to protect your energy in your environment. You don't even want to subject yourself to those kinds of things because of how your mind works. And this is why we've been getting these messages about you walking this path alone. All it takes is for you to listen to the wrong person once, and you'll be right back where you started. Now, for those of you that are a bit more advanced on this path, I don't see you falling for something like this. But for those of you who are just now starting out on this path, you got to be careful, okay? It's those early days when this is all beginning to unfold that these individuals will be working overtime to try and plant some sort of mind virus in hopes that it gets you to self-sabotage your own new beginning. See, that's what it's all about. Getting you to self-sabotage, triggering the reaction out of you. That's how they pull this off. Queen of Pentacles. Again, so we have that twice, but this is Queen of Pentacles in its negative polarity. So this is very clear. Here you are building this new foundation with the Queen of Pentacles at the throat with the universe. And then right here, Queen of Pentacles underneath the Page of Swords. This is them putting a negative spin on what you are building. Oh, are you sure that's for you? You sure you're cut out for that? You sure you want to be doing that? Scorpio, I just heard that this is a self-centered, hateful person that has never felt so small as they do now in the wake of your becoming. Right on the bottom of the deck, we have Baphomet, and this aligns with the Magician. Now, the Magician from this deck is an energy of manipulation. It speaks about somebody who's trying to scatter your energy or get you to doubt your own gifts, blessings, and abilities. It's like saying you have a talent at something, and then these energies come along and try to make you think otherwise. Yeah, I just heard that they refuse to accept that you are this person. They just can't do it. Two of Swords, right underneath that Three of Swords at the solar plexus. Now, this Two of Swords is an energy of confusion. It's like they want you to be undecided about what it is you're building, right? This is the self-doubt creeping in. It's like them saying something to you, and then you're in this energy of, maybe you're right. Now, Scorpios, there's two distinct groups that I'm picking up here. Again, there's those of you that are more advanced on the path. You're not going to fall for this. Then there's those of you who are just now starting out on this path. And for those of you who are more advanced on the path, you know what it's like when this energy comes in, because a lot of you fell for this multiple times. You had to keep starting over until you finally realized, hey, you're not on my team. I see that now. I've fallen for it one too many times, but I'm not going to fall for it again. So for those of you who are just starting out on this path, this is your warning here. This is what they're trying to do. Don't fall for this. You have your inner knowing. You have your intuitive guidance. The divine has shown you clearly where you are meant to be. Don't allow these energies to derail you. What do we have at the heart, please, Spirit? Wow. Seven of Wands. Unbelievable. It says right there, black magic. Okay, now, the Seven of Wands from this deck is an energy that wants you to feel discouraged, wants you to give up. But by God, Scorpio, you got to take a stand for what you believe in. You got to push back. This requires you taking that path alone. These people can't go with you. You know, they don't support you, Scorpio, and people don't always need to support you, but these are people that are trying to get in your way. That's the problem here. And the fact it says black magic there, I mean, look, black magic can refer to many different things, but it comes down to energy manipulation. It doesn't always have to be people sitting in a circle on a pentagram with candles. It can be people planting seeds of self-doubt into your subconscious mind. It can be people talking behind your back, trying to rewrite the narrative around your life. It comes down to trying to control energy. It's like here you are breaking out of some sort of karmic cycle where everything looked a whole lot, or rather felt a whole lot like this. Just trying to keep your head above water. Part of the rat race. And then all of a sudden, You go through this awakening process and you're beginning to break free of this. And so what happens? 7 of Wands and black magic. It's like the Agent Smiths inside the Matrix coming after you because you're waking up to the truth. And they can't have that. You stopped playing by the rules and became the glitch. That's what this is all about. And then we have the Magician. So we saw Baphomet, the Magician, from this deck. Now we're seeing the Magician from this deck. So this is Magician in its positive polarity. It says right there, spiritual wisdom. This is you turning your visions into reality, realizing your potential and power here. And that this whole thing is connected to your path and purpose, your mission for even being here. That's why you're going through this struggle, this warfare. I mean, this is what this is, warfare. It's just not soldiers and tanks. This is completely different. This is energy manipulation. You could argue that this is much worse because you can't even see what's going on. It's just a feeling. It's that seed of self-doubt trying to scramble your wiring. But you see the truth now. Spirit has given you all the tools you need to pull this through, Scorpios. This is not how you're meant to be living. You are not incarnated into this life cycle to just keep your head above water. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? 8 of Wands, Sag energy underneath the Queen of Pentacles at the throat. Perfect. Now, what we're seeing here is an energy of rapid transformation. If you're launching some sort of a new business, this is a 100% green light. But overall, it's just an energy of you having the focus, skill, and momentum to manifest exactly what you want. The universe has opened up a door for you. It's just up to you now to stay focused, eye on the prize, and keep pushing forward and understand what the debris is when it shows up. And this is also a message of striking while the iron's hot. And Scorpio, the iron's hot right now. What do we have at the third eye, please? Tower, Mars, Aries, Scorpio energy at the third eye. What an energy. Scorpios, this is you bringing a destruction to any sort of false securities in your life that may have been holding you back. This is your wake-up call. This is the revelation. And for these people, this is an unwanted change. This is their ruin. This is their disgrace. And don't forget that they chose this. It didn't need to be this way. It's absolutely absurd that this many people would push back against you being successful and happy. But here it is. It's happening. And I know that all of you couldn't have ever imagined that this is how it would be. Most of you dreamed about a time when you aligned with your dreams, with your visions. You dreamed about sharing it with the people that you had around you. You dreamed about people being proud of you and seeing you for who you really are. But now that you're in this energy, Scorpio, or you're heading towards it, you're enjoying it alone. None of those people are anywhere to be found. Because you see now that the only reason why you didn't get there sooner is because of the warfare that they were bringing into your life. But it all happened for a reason, because it made you who you are now. You are the tower. Your success is exposure. It's loud. It's biblical. It's magical. It's like something out of a movie. All the people that didn't expect it to be you, the one that everybody thought would be last in line, is now leading the charge. And that's what this is all about. You were hidden in plain sight, Scorpio, but the memo has been delivered. Their repentance is having to watch you succeed without them. All right, what do we have at the crown to close this out for my Scorpios, please? Ace of Pentacles. Earth energy at the crown to close out the reading. Divine blessings drives away evil spirits, rules agricultural production. Eye of God energy. Right underneath that Ace of Cups. Scorpios, the presence of the divine couldn't be any stronger inside your energy. This is the divine in full support of this manifestation, of this vision, whatever this represents for you. You have something here that is going to make a real world impact. You have something here that is going to bring you extraordinary financial prosperity and material strength. Right underneath that Ace of Cups, which is all about emotional strength. So see how the emotional strength, right? the stoicism that you apply to your path moving forward, you no longer reacting to these tactics, is what pulls this all through. Scorpios and stoicism, it's like that is the ultimate key for you. This has always been here for you. You just had to believe it, and you had to convince the universe that you believed it. And that process looked a whole lot like you having to sacrifice everyone and everything that wasn't in alignment with this. It's like you removing yourself from certain spaces, certain environments, extracting yourself from other people's lives, and then saying, hey, universe, I did it. And the universe saying, we believe you now. Let's do this. There's no being lukewarm as a Scorpio. You're either all in or you may as well not even try. And you know this now, Scorpio. There's no gray area for you. You have to be 100. So Scorpio, however this is showing up for all of you at this current time, I hope that there's some messages here that can help assist you on your path to achieving what it is we're picking up inside this energy. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. All right, Scorpios, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if you feel that you got something useful from this video, I hope you'll consider giving it a hype as well. If you would like to join the membership side of my channel, where I upload weekly videos, you can find the link down below. You can also find a link to my online store, which is made up of things that I have created myself, as well as information to personal readings. But in closing, Scorpios, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So drop me a heart and or a comment, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.